Welcome to Engaging with Monique, a podcast where you can find inspiration and hear from people who are engaging with the world in exciting and inspiring ways. Let's jump right in with Monique.
Hi, I'm Dr. Monique Henderson, and I'm here with Engaging with Monique, a program designed to inspire and challenge you to make your part of the world a little bit better. Today, I have with me, and I have to admit, on camera, Miss B, you are just Miss B's on the keys.
Yeah.
And my son and I were, oh my gosh, what is Miss B's on the keys' actual name? That is not her real name. I just thought I'd confess that here with our audience. What is your actual full name?
Nobody knows my actual name. Yeah, it's Emily. Emily Nicole.
And what's
Mhm.
Emily Nicole? Okay.
Yes. I went by Nicole most of my childhood life, but my mom always told me that Emily was my God-given name.
Oh,
And so since I've grown up, I guess I'm going to use that name.
Emily. I
Yes,
like
Emily. I never really liked it because I said,
Mm.
I don't look like an Emily to anyone.
Well, I don't feel like a Monique, so there we
No.
go.
Emily Nicole. I answered to Emily, Young, Nicole, Miss B, whatever.
And what does the B
Music teacher.
stand for?
Brandon.
I did know that. Yeah,
Brandon. Yes.
Um,
I stole that name because my mother-in-law, we call her Mrs.
Oh,
Yeah. She's the queen bee.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cute.
So I'm just kind of secondhand.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
The second, not secondhand, but the second.
The second in the family.
Yeah.
That's funny. We just want to talk a little bit about you, who you are, what you have going right now. I'm lucky enough to know you partly through a relative of yours that I've been in the education world with, and partly because we made a connection through my son. So just kind of explain that and then tell us, what you're up to these days.
Our meeting was between, I guess, we crossed paths through my sister, baby
Yes.
sister, who is an educator, through consulting. And I think my whole family is education. We can't escape it.
Yeah.
I was in public schools teaching music all the way from pre-K to, through the 12th grade.
Oh, wow.
At some points through the career for 18 years. And then I realized, I need to do something else. And I think around the pandemic, that's when I got that swift kick to move out and into the world. And I didn't move very far. I moved to my office in my house. Once I did, it was a huge leap for me. And I said, I can teach music beyond the walls of a school building. And I started to virtually teach students just piano and vocal training. And then it exploded all of a sudden. And it went very fast. Yeah. From teaching literally a handful, to within a month's time, teaching about 30 to 35 students all by myself. So,
Right. And I don't know how early he was in the game, but my son actually did some piano lessons.
Yeah,
with you.
he came in once the explosion really happened because my husband put me out of the house because by that time we had, vaccines.
Yes.
As the students were coming in and out of the house, washing their hands in the dining room and then coming over to the front office where we had a piano donated to us and a baby grand. And in that office,
nice.
that's where we had it. And then they could warm up on the other piano that my dad had given me that was in the living room if they wanted to, while they waited on the other student to finish up.
Right.
So we had a nice little system going. And my husband would just sit there and he would get everybody come in and out the front door. And so he said, it's time. It's time to move out. And so we were able to get a grant through Communities Unlimited. And it's a nonprofit. And we took off and they helped me negotiate finding a spot. And we ended up in Highland Village in Jackson. That was the first commercial location.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's where Hunter came.
Yeah. Yeah. And then later you were with me. I decided to come in and get some lessons because my mom had passed away.
Yeah.
And it was a part of my grieving process, like to be able to come in and do that.
And by that time we were in our second location.
Yes.
We had to close down and we outgrew it and moved to
Part of my
Ridgeline.
grieving process was accepting that I have no rhythm whatsoever.
It's so weird with rhythm for me because I have two left feet. I cannot dance at all. My sister actually can dance. I mean, she can get down. Just like my daughter. She loves to line dance and stuff. I wish I could dance, but I can't. But when it comes to playing the piano or singing, I'm right on it with the beat.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. And it's okay. I feel your pain.
So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I do
Yeah.
use some of what I learned with you, still just kind of playing around with stuff. And that's what it's all about.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You've kind of touched on it, but what's it like to be you in the broader sense? You've got your music. How else are you spending your time right now?
Okay, this is on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I spend my time in the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah, I love to cook.
really?
I think I need to be on the Food Network.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I love to bake when I was younger, and that's all I could do. I could bake chocolate chip cookies, and I thought I was the master at it. Anything else I couldn't do. But after getting married and about killing my husband with raw fried chicken, because I didn't live in the grease long enough, I started just finding this love to cook.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I wish I had
so
that love. I hate cooking.
yeah, you hate cooking. I don't clean up the kitchen. I don't. I make my husband do that. But yeah, in the kitchen, that's my peace at home.
sure.
And with my family. I love my family.
Yeah. And you spend a lot of time, most parents, running your kiddos' places.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Because I have 2 children. My daughter's 19 in college, and then my son is 10. And it's running to the college to see her perform with the band or whatever. And then with AJ, even though he's musical, he takes his lessons at the studio.
Right.
But
That's nice.
he's also my golfer. And so stay on the golf course quite a bit.
That is fun. That is really fun.
Yeah.
I feel bad for saying this, but I do not miss that super, super busy driving children places season.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you're
like
listening
a taxi.
to that season and you don't love it,
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. It is
Rather
okay.
than-
Yes.
I mean, you kind of touched on this as well, but how do you feel like you're making the world a little bit better right now? When you're getting up in the morning, what is your outlook as far as how you're making the world a little bit better? Because I know you've made our world better.
Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, I make it a point to just give praise to God. I mean, it's like my feet can't even hit the ground before I'm thanking him. And I'm asking him, hey, protect us and put this armor on every day to make the world a little bit happier, a little bit sweeter. But overall, each day, I at least want to make someone smile in some kind of sense, because being in the business that I'm in, you have people that come to me they carry baggage.
Absolutely.
And when they come in, they share it right there at the piano stool. And it's heavy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we've come to you with some unspeakably heavy stuff. Honestly.
It's just heavy. And sometimes it's silent, but you can feel it in the room. But then once they leave, they're a little bit lighter. And that's enough for me.
Yeah. Stuff. I think our listeners are going to get tired of me saying things like, oh, you're about to make me cry, but you are, because it's funny because you probably don't even know the way we were brought to you, but it was on a social media post somewhere. I said, I'm looking for a music teacher, and it was just the people who I liked the most, people whose energy I liked the most, the people who I was like, these are people I enjoy spending time with, were the people who recommended you. And so it's interesting how we are drawn to what we need.
Oh, yeah. And I take pride in that, because I don't even call it competition per se. It's so many people that teach music lessons and this, that, and the other. It's just something about when people walk in that door and they're like, oh, this is a different feel. They're like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. And I believe in the Lord. And I had the doorways anointed with oil and prayed over before we officially opened.
Right.
Because I want people to feel like this is their safe space. That's what has happened.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And having a business, speaking from experience, having a business is it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
It's really not for the faint of heart, especially as you're growing out. It surprised me that you've taken that approach.
Yes. Yeah. It's scary, especially growing so rapidly in these times. Nobody expects to grow right now. You said it's like chaos around you.
Right.
It's like your world should be diminishing, but it's not. And I'm just like, Lord, what's going on?
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be Christmas every day? It seems like the business kind of goes down a little, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just shoots right back up. We just survive from year to year and making wise choices.
Right.
Because it is easy to go out there and say, yeah, I need to grow. I want to move to a 5,000 square foot building. I'm doing it now. No,
Wow.
I have to wait until it's the right time again.
I read a book, you might actually like it. It's called The Minimalist Entrepreneur. In the book, they talk about the most common mistakes that businesses make. And one of them was over really not thinking and he makes the case, a lot of people don't need a space at all. Like you need a space. Like you gotta have that piano somewhere. You can't just roll it to folks' houses.
Yeah.
Like for me, we don't really have much of a space. Synergy Link here in Jackson, where we are right now,
Yeah.
for some of our work, but day to day, we are, in a space. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks so much for all of this. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about what gets you out of bed on your hardest days. And then we're going to talk a little bit, I know, right? And then we're going to talk a little bit about what you think people get from music. What is it that we can get from music?
Okay.
So we're going to see everyone on the other side of this message.
Are you an educator who gets to experience the joy and privilege of serving English learners at the classroom, school, or district level? We can help to ensure that your students are getting what they need and helping you to feel more equipped to serve them well. English Learners Engage is a Mississippi-based educational consulting company owned by Monique that provides professional development, in-classroom teacher coaching and modeling, student tutorials, and products focused on serving multilingual students. We also provide technical support. Dr. Henderson's 2 books, 31 Things Your English Learners Want You to Know, Lessons from the Classroom, along with a sequel, are quick, accessible reads, perfect for a school or district-wide book study or for individual teachers. Each chapter is concise and clear, starting with a story about a specific student or group of students and ending with a quick tip and reflection question. Whether your school has 1 English learner who needs to build English proficiency or 1,000, EL Engage and Dr. Henderson can support you. Working together, we can take your English learners to the next level. Reach out today at Monique at EnglishLearnersEngage.com to see EL Engage's results and to get Monique and her team working for you.
Hi, we're excited now to be back with Miss Bees on the keys, also known as Emily Nicole. So, Emily, we kind of hinted a little bit at the idea that owning a business is challenging, that we live in times that are rapidly changing and can feel very unpredictable. So, on your hardest days, what gets you popping on out of that bed?
My children. Yeah, my children. It's like it's really my family. It's just like, hey girl, you gotta get up for them. You can't just sit around and just mope and do this, that, and the other. It's always something in the back of my mind that's going like, okay, gotta do this because they're watching me.
Right.
All the time. And they're like, what is mommy gonna do in this situation? And those type things. But yeah, I have that business aspect in my life, but then I also have a health aspect that I look at too, because having a disease, diabetes, that has taken over my life for almost nearly 47 years.
Wow, really?
That it's just like, no, it's not a crutch. It's not. Get up, start moving. And
You were
just,
up moving this morning.
oh yeah, because I almost talked myself out of going to Warner Aerobics.
You had an excuse. You had an excuse.
I had 2 excuses. I had to be here, and then it was raining outside.
Oh, yeah. And it was that flash flood.
Oh yes, and it was. I said, let me get up. I can get to this gym and do it, and come back by leave the pool by 9:45 and get dressed and head on up here. And I did it.
Yeah.
And I feel better that I did it. But those little choices that I made just to keep myself well, physically, mentally, that prepares me for the day, and I just keep going.
Right.
Because it has been some very hard days. And sometimes now, those pushes that I give myself, I can overdo it too.
That's the tricky part, right?
That's the tricky part. When I first opened up, I thought I was Superwoman because I didn't have the same stress as it was in the classroom. But my business consultant, he reminded me, he said, hey, even though it feels different, that stress feels different, it's still wear and tear on your body.
Wow.
And I had to learn that the hard way. My body was like in overload. And I started outwardly like experiencing the stress on my body. I was like hiving up.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean,
body will let you know.
your body will let you know. My lips were like swelling and stuff. Yeah, I was super stressed because
I like to remember some of that.
and it took 6 months to get over that. Like my body had to be suppressed by medications to make it stop doing that. But yeah, I had taken on the business. I had taken on working for Opera Mississippi. And those things and traveling with undergraduate students in college and teaching them how to put on a show, children, young people's series, that was stressful. Even though I was enjoying it, my body could not keep up. And so I had to let go of some things. It hurt my feelings really bad. Because it still let me tap into the world of the school. And I started to miss it a little bit. But then I soon realized I had to make some choices for myself so that I could be around for my family.
Right. It's tricky because you can have something that you really want. It's like a dream, right? But it can still be stressful. Like I know for my family, I really, really wanted to move back to Mississippi. We had been away for 10 years in California and then 6 in Houston. And so then we had an opportunity to move back to Mississippi. And so I had this mindset that I didn't get to be stressed about the move. I didn't get to complain about the move. I didn't get to be overwhelmed about it because, hey, you're the one that wanted it. You're the primary one that wanted this. I needed to be back closer as the only child to my parents. And so I kind of had this mindset like, no, you wanted this, so you don't get to be stressed about it.
Yes.
And I look back and go, but of course, even though it was a great thing, it was still very, very stressful to move 2 children, to a new community. Same thing with business, right? You can be living your dream, but it still be stressful. Excitement is a form of stress on your body too.
It is. And then letting go of the reins to other people, like hiring people to help. And that took a while. I mean, at first it was like one person, and it was a student I had when I first started teaching. And then it was like, oh, let me bring on another one. And so now I'm at the point where I'm able to say, no, I'm not available to teach you, but I have another instructor that can. I mean, even to the point of just doing the like secretarial work. It's like, do this administrative stuff to help me out. Post this online on social media. And I gave my daughter that title. It's like, okay, you work the social media aspect of the business and I don't have to worry about it. And do the programs. And it's like, that took a lot of time, but it helps. It helps just on that stress level. And then making time for self. You get so involved with business, with family, church, and this, that, and the other, that sometimes we forget about ourselves. And you got to make time for yourself.
I don't have a lot of regrets in my life, but I will say one is that when my kids were young, school, elementary age especially, I sort of bought into that narrative of like the selfless and I didn't prioritize friendship. I didn't prioritize my own working out. I was just like, my whole narrative was that I was a dedicated teacher. I worked K-12 and at night I worked at college and was there with my kids at their activities. But in hindsight, time with my husband also kind of suffered, but it was just that selfless narrative. And I think we're doing a better job. My kids are 20 and 21. I think we're doing a little bit better job now with younger mothers of really saying,
and you realize it took me getting all the way into my 40s to realize, time for self, time for husband, wife, just to go out and date again. Because pretty soon the kids will be out the house and we're just gonna be looking at each other like we're strangers. What? Exactly.
And I've seen that with some folks where they don't have that common bond when you take their kids out of the equation.
Those years go by so fast. 21 years have gone by so fast for me and my husband. But thank God we're still strong. We're going. But it's the time that we set aside for each other and for ourselves, even individually. It's like on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. And so it makes a difference.
My husband and I this week particularly have started working on incorporating fun onto the weeknights, because like we're really bad about waiting till the weekend.
You
Like
have to.
we're gonna have fun on the weekend, or on the weekend we'll relax and do something meaningful.
Uh-huh.
So this week we have played disc golf for the first time. Last night we broke out, not very exciting probably to other people, but the Wheel of Fortune on the Switch, Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have, even if it's 45 minutes or an hour.
Oh yeah,
you
it's
know.
that time. Yeah, I already told mine. We call our time the WE
Oh,
because it's Wiley, Wiley and Emily. But then it's we time, the WE,
okay.
and so it's every other week. And so I told him, I said, okay, my week is next. And he doesn't know, but he is Uno.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
love
beat him at Uno.
I like that you don't think so much.
Yes.
You can kind of talk. Because some games I'm like, I need everybody to be quiet. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an important Uno question. Are you a stacking family or a not stacking family? You know how
We stack.
you stack. See,
Ooh,
I didn't even
yes.
know about the stack until recently. And I'm like, this is a whole different Uno here.
Yeah,
The stack.
definitely.
That's funny. I think you've really covered a lot of what we were talking about in terms of what you're learning and how you're growing. Thank you so much for that. We're going to take one more quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about 2 pieces of advice that you would like to share, something that maybe you've learned or you've received from someone else.
Okay.
So we'll hear about that after the break.
If you have enjoyed this podcast and some of the messages and ideas shared by Dr. Henderson here on Engaging with Monique, why not have her come and speak to your school, community group, conference, or nonprofit? From California to Texas to Mississippi to South Dakota, Dr. Henderson has extensive experience connecting with both large and small groups. Her energy and insights can challenge and grow your team to make a difference, even in challenging times of rapid change. As a former journalist and educational researcher, she is also skilled at facilitating panel discussions for a variety of groups. As one client said, Dr. Henderson is always the most energetic person in the room, and she can help to serve as a great reminder of why the work that we do matters, today and always. Email Monique at EnglishLearnersEngage.com or go to EngagingWithMonique.com for more information.
Okay, welcome back to Engaging with Monique, a podcast designed to inspire you to live an engaging and meaningful life. So we have Miss B's on the keys, also known as Emily Nicole, here back with us, and she's going to talk to us about advice. So thinking back on what you've learned, advice that you've given to others, or advice that you've received, what are a couple of your favorites, things that maybe you want to share?
One that comes to mind is just being bold. Yeah. And sometimes that's hard for me because over the years, I just never saw myself as this shining light. I almost felt ashamed of myself, almost like low self-esteem. And people look at me now and they're just like, how in the world did you have low self-esteem? But I did.
Right.
And I was a pageant girl and everything, but I still had low self-esteem.
Oh, I thought you had to have it together to be in a pageant. I can't imagine.
I can put on a show.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like everything is fine. But as I've gotten older, I need to be bold and and I've used this word to diminish because I'm very tall. And so I had to remember that I'm not going to diminish myself. Like I was standing there beside Rita Brent this weekend. She was seeing some function. I was like, I'd never seen her before in my life, but she's
I'm hoping
awesome.
that maybe eventually I can get her to come on the show.
Oh, definitely. And I didn't realize she was so short because I never met her in person. And so I had on these huge like wedges. So I was like 6'3".
She's tall in spirit.
And so as soon as I got to take the picture, I squatted down like this. And I was like, my friend, she looked at me that was saying this. She said, don't diminish yourself, sweet friend. Stand up tall. And I was like a foot off her or so. But still, I stood up and I was like, I do that so much. But I have to remind myself that who I am or whose I am. I belong to God and that I'm great just the way I am. Save me. And so I am bold on purpose now. I I wear my hair the way I want to. Sometimes I come in looking like Princess Leia with two huge
I think that's
space
bad. Yeah.
I love my space buns. But it's just being authentically me. And so and I encourage my children to do that. And you don't have to be out there causing a whole big ruckus, but being yourself and knowing who you are. Another thing that sticks out to me is just, it kind of goes with being bold, but just being conscious of and being in tune with yourself and God and just being open.
Right.
Because sometimes we miss it and we do what we want to do. But I always ask God to say, hey, can you please just keep my mind, my eyes, my whole self in tune with you so that I can walk right there and be in alignment with what you want me to do. And those are two big things that I have going on with myself that keeps me prevailed and giving joy to others all the time.
What do you think it means to be out of alignment?
Oh gosh. So I can tell you what
it is.
What the feeling that I have when I'm out, when I'm not just in line with him. I'm nervous and my spirit is just uneasy. I don't have peace within. I know I have stepped out of the alignment when I don't have those key parts. And I don't even make a major move with the business or anything until I'm at peace with what it is. Because it's so easy to do what I want to do, my flesh wants to do. But it is so important to have that peace that passes all understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been there too, where I've maybe chased something and I'm the one knocking on the door, like trying to knock the door down.
Door just slammed in your face.
And I'm just going, no, I'm going to pry this open. I think
I mean, it's little things too, because something just tell me, don't go that way. You get in your car, but I want to go that way. Don't go that way.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah, it's a reason. Or now I don't get so frustrated if I'm really running late because something happened. The kids, they can't find the other shoe. And
I don't handle that way.
And so I used to get mad. And now
there.
I'm just like, where am I getting? They couldn't find their shoe for a reason. And it might be a car accident up the road that I avoided, those kinds of things. But I tried to stay calm and in sync and not get my blood pressure up too high. Because I am human.
Yes. I did not always handle that with grace when my kids would forget something. And then one day it hit me. I forgot something at home when I was working. And I needed to run home and get it. And all of the adults in the office were very gracious about, you had an off moment and you need to go get this paper. It happens. Now, obviously, it can't happen every single day, right?
That's right.
But I thought if we expect that grace and we take advantage of that grace as adults, how much more grace should we be giving, say, an 11-year-old, 12-year-old child that's going through puberty, that's still learning how to be an adult in the world? That's one that, so wish I had gotten together a little bit more. I guess hopefully I'll be patient with grandchildren. Patient with my students. So it's very good. Well, listen, we've had such great time. And I know a lot of this is going to really stick with our listeners. I think just your lessons in terms of business and also in terms of, like you said, not being diminished. I think that so much of society tries to diminish, and sometimes we diminish ourselves as well. Well, as much as we hated, our time with Miss B's on the keys, also known as Emily Nicole, has come to an end. But don't worry, we're going to be back again really soon. In the meantime, check us out in the show notes, and be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Tell a friend and check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Engaging with Monique. Thanks again for being with us. I'm glad, Miss Beasley, that you are in my world in a little way. And even more than that, I'm thankful that you're in the broader world making a difference for people every day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for spending part of your day engaging with Monique. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, so you'll know when the next episode drops. Find our Facebook page for show notes and more. And don't forget to tell a friend about how much you love engaging with Monique.